Hello YouTube, how's it going? Retro Dave Nintendo back with another video, and yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since you last saw my face. Been busy buying, selling, seeing people. Yes, I've got a lot to tell. So grab yourself a drink and something to eat if you haven't already, because I think it's going to be a fairly long-ish video. Okay, so I'm going to start off with something that's visually different, and that'll be the space behind me. As you can see, there are no more Amiibos. That's right, I have actually just sold the whole lot. I was thinking maybe this paper's getting rid of a couple, but I just thought, you know what, fuck it, get rid. Just call time on the whole Amiibo craze. Nothing against them, not that I dislike them, and I don't, you know, if people want to collect them, that's absolutely fine. But I kind of just decided that I kind of had enough worrying about. Keep looking for when the pre-order's going to come available. You know, am I going to miss out? And then I've got to spend money over the odds to get them. And I thought, you know what? No, I'm fucking done. That's the end of it. And I just kind of thought, you know what? The money spent on those Amiibos that I'm not actually going to use could be better spent on other things like systems, games, Blackpool, whatever stuff that I would want to use. Not just have to sat there almost like dead money. And that sounds silly, but that's just my opinion. That's how I felt. I thought, you know what, get rid now. Demand is high. Get rid. I basically got my money back. I think it works out about £11 a figure. So I just sold the whole lot. Got my money back. Posted them off on Friday, and yeah, thought fuck it. So the money I've got is extra money for Blackpool, and whatever I come back with on top of the other spending money I've got planned to take will just be go towards like a new system that I'm after, and some games. So yeah, just thought fuck it, use the money for other things. So that's the first thing. Okay, so there's two other things. I've got some gifts off a couple of YouTubers, and I'm going to do them around the other way around. So the first thing that I'll have to show later on, because it kind of, pardon me, comes in line with my main pickup. So I shall start with another gift off another tuber, and this is Matt, Soulfunk Retro. I'm sure you may have seen who he is. If you're not, please go and check him out. He's fairly newish doing videos, but he's been putting up some great content, putting out some real thought-provoking topics and questions in his videos, and he's been getting quite a few responses. I've already done some responses to his videos, so if you're regular through the channel, you've probably seen those already, but yeah, if not, feel free to go back a few and check them out. So anyway, the story was, I was working up north, kind of near where Shocks and Matt live, and I kind of put a little message on the WhatsApp and said, you know, I'm in this area, this postcode, who's nearby? I knew Shocks lived nearby, but I didn't know Matt was also close by. Matt got back to me first and just basically said, yeah, I'm about 20 minutes, half hour from there. So I managed to wangle it, got a couple of jobs done, and in my lunch break managed to shoot over to Matt, and Matt had Gruss around, Gruss Newton as well, so they were both there already, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1 YouTuber meetup in my lunch hour, so it's quite funny. So I went around there, played on the Retro on 5 around Matt's, played a bit of Mario 1. Yeah, just had a chat with him really, telling him about his game room that's got coming up. Took me to show his collection, his shelves. Yeah, fantastic little setup, real nice guy. And yeah, I was just talking to him about plans that I've got coming up with systems that I'm after and stuff like that. And he goes, oh, I might be able to help you out there. And yeah, he very kindly donated me some items. So the first thing I want to show you is not a game, but a piece of art. Now Matt does like these pixel art, it's like prints, not like the beads, but it's like bead sprite, well, it's like sprite artwork basically. I'll kind of just show you, it'll be easier, won't it? So he said he's got a spare Mega Man, and he very kindly donated me an 8-bit Mega Man in a frame, and I thought that was really kind of him. It looks really cool. Matt, honestly mate, you didn't need to give me this, but that's really, really cool. Thanks very much. I know I've asked Matt if he can sort me out a Gremlins themed pixel art for the game room, because Gremlins 2 being my favourite NES game, and he's doing his best, put it that way. I'm not going to go too much more into it, it's a bit of a surprise, because hopefully he'll have something sorted out for Blackpool. I gave him some idea, like an idea of what I wanted, and he's doing his best to put it together, so hopefully we'll get that sorted out. But in the meantime, Mega Man very kindly donated, so thank you very much for that. I should put that down there. And yeah, so the next thing I'm going to show you is another gift from Matt, and I'm actually in the process of doing a deal with another YouTuber, which I won't mention until the time happens, because there's all these things that are kind of happening in a process. But yeah, so the spoiler for another system that I will be picking up in the near future, is a Sega Saturn. And the Matt very kindly donated Virtua Cop for the Sega Saturn with the gun. This is a game that I used to play around my friends back in the day, and in the bundle, the Saturn bundle that I'm looking to get, this isn't in the set, and Matt's very kindly said, I haven't got a CRT, I've never been able to use it, you're more than welcome to take it. So I reluctantly accepted, and said, if you're absolutely sure, he said, no, take it mate, I would rather it went to use. So very, very kindly donated me a box complete Virtua Cop for Sega Saturn. So Matt, again mate, honestly really appreciate it, and yeah, really looking forward to playing it. I haven't played this game for a long time, so it's going to be fantastic when I finally get the Saturn. So yeah, Matt, honestly mate, thanks very much, really, really appreciate it. Okay, oh, and Matt also gave me a second gun. It's just a loose gun. I'm not going to. It's down the shelf. It's just a loose second gun. He had a spare, so he just kind of gave me two guns. Picture. He just went overkill with that. And there was one other little thing that he gave me, but I'll come to that a little bit later on, because if I show that, it's going to spoil the next thing I've got coming up. Mouthful of drink. Mouth's getting fucking dry. It's fucking warming. I've had the heater on, and it's roasting. This is how I have to stay up on a Saturday night. Keep yourself perked up for the gaming and the vids. Okay, so a few pickups. I'll save the main thing in a minute. A few things I picked up in the last 2-3 weeks. I got another Club Nintendo magazine. I already had this one. This is an upgrade because my copy had a missing back page. So this now is complete, much better condition than my last one. So I have Club Nintendo magazine. I think this was like £1 plus postage. So yeah, it was next to nothing. So really happy to grab that and add that to the Club Nintendo magazine collection. Still missing a few from the full set. Still trying to track them down, but happy to pick up an upgrade. So we have that. I also ordered online the latest Retro Gamer bookazine, and it's the NES guide, and it's a Master System guide too. It's just one of those like flippy over jobs, so half Master System, half NES. Ordered it online, imagepublishing.co.uk, because it weren't in my local WH Smith. So yeah, really wanted to get that. It was a tenner, but yeah, really wanted it. Obviously, I've recently picked up the Mark I Master System anyway, so it's going to be interesting to have a read up on, you know, some of the games and whatnot. Yeah, really looking forward to reading through it. I've already started reading the NES. Where have I got to on the NES one? There are some articles that are kind of taken out of other issues, like the greatest NES games. That was obviously in the last issue, I think, or the issue before, of Retro Gamer anyway. What, the 20th top games. That's really, I've got the Battletoads, Zelda, loads of stuff from Zelda. So I've just basically got to this bit. But yeah, there's loads of tells you all about the collectible items and stuff. Yeah, really worth picking up. NES or Master System fan or 8-bit collector, well worth grabbing that. So that's the next pickup. Okay, so I also got another Amstrad GX4000 game. There's only a couple more games I actually want for the system. This was one of them, and there's I think 2 more that I would like. One more than the other, but we'll have to wait and see if I ever get that one. Now, I spoke to the missus and said, look, you know, kind of know Father's Day's coming up. I said, would you mind getting me a game? She said, yeah, what did you want? Told her, ordered it. And when it came, I won't ruffle too much about it, but basically, I asked the seller to send it in a box, and he sent it in a box, and I pulled up from work, and the parcel man was actually like outside the front of the house, in the back of his van, and he was blocking the drive. So I kind of like wait to get his attention. He come out and he pointed and he come over. I said, yeah, that's me. And he handed me this parcel, and I shit you not, it was fucking wet. Well, the outside weren't wet, but it was mushy. I thought, okay. And he kind of hastily wanted me to sign his machine, and I thought, right. I said, well, I'm opening it before I sign anything. I said, because if it's damaged, I'm not signing for it. So I kind of passed in my van, I kind of ripped it open, and inside was soaking, like it was like a sponge. I was like, oh my god, like panicking, thinking this is going to be damaged. And luckily the seller had actually wrapped the game in extra bubble wrap inside this cardboard box, where the cardboard box was just held together with like the fragile tape. There was nothing else holding that box together. Thankfully, as I unwrapped the wet bubble wrap, inside was dry and the game survived, no damage whatsoever. And I was like, oh my god, I was so lucky. Science machine said, see you later. I don't even want to ask. I just assume it's been left outside. I don't know what's happened. It was just been chucked into a fucking river. The box was fucked. But anyway, don't really care about that. You care about what I got. And I got Batman. So Batman, Amstrad Jigsaw 4000, complete, hang tab, all there, nice condition. Yep, so really happy to get that. Decent game. It's basically a straight port from the the Amstrad CPC 464 tape version. But who cares? I like it. It's a good little game, good soundtrack, and I should try and do a gameplay this at some point. But yeah, really pleased that it turned up. I got this from France, imported it from France. I was just worried that the inlay would have soaked the water up, but luckily it was bone dry. So Batman added to the little Jigsaw 4000 collection. Okay, so we'll go on to the main event really. I've had a bit of a palaver trying to get a decent system, and what it was is I've been thinking about getting back the Sinclair Spectrum. Now I know a couple of years ago I sold the Spectrum that I had to Monkey Spaz, because I know he's an avid Specky fan and that is like his favourite system ever. So I've done him a wicked deal, sent him all my stuff, games, computer, everything, packed it off to him a couple of years back, and I thought, you know what, I wouldn't mind having another Spectrum and having my original set of games that I had back in the 90s back, and a few other decent games along the way. Like I said before in my other video, looking to rebuy some of the systems that I've had before in my console history, and the Spectrum fits in that timeline. So I thought if I can get a decent one back, get a few games for it, happy days. So I found the first Spectrum that I picked up. This came about 2 weeks ago, and it was described as being in immaculate condition. When it turned up, the outer box was lovely, and as soon as I pulled the computer out the box, it was really dusty, and there's a little scuff on the tape lid and a little chip off the back, and I was just like, for fuck's sake. And instantly I just thought, I was no downer straight away, thinking, fuck's sake, you know, it's described it as immaculate and it clearly isn't. Well, to cut long story short, I cleaned it all up, took it apart, cleaned it up, put a new drive belt in it, you know, cotton budded all around the keyboard, got all the shit off of it, until I was happy with it, as far as I could be. Worked absolutely fine, computer works without fault. Got the RGB cable from Retro Gaming Cables off of their website. It's got RGB, PVM, looked lovely, games worked fine, happy days. Just niggled by those little marks on it that I didn't expect to be there. But I did message him and basically said, you know, what you fucking playing at? And I went to his personal email because he was being a dick on eBay. So I messaged him, emailed him, because he asked me what the problem was. So I basically emailed him his private email address with all the pictures that I'd sent, and he basically come back with some like bullshit. Oh, I can't remember. I've just thought fuck it, I ignored it. I haven't done anything else about it. I've just fucking left it. I can't bother to start arguing with him over the cost of it. I just can't be bothered. So I've kept it, but the problem is I've been buying back some of my original collection from what I can remember that I had, and about 4 or 5 of the games wouldn't work on that machine. So I was like, okay, why is that? So I kind of spoke to Monkey Spaz. I also posted the question up in a Facebook group, and it turns out that the later machine that I got was a black 2A machine. Has incompatibility issues with some of the games. Now, I'd heard of this, and Monkey Spaz even told me about this a few weeks ago, but I never thought that any of my games that I was going to get would be affected. I thought it was like the really old 16K games, but it turns out it's not. Now, what bugged me is because obviously the whole idea is to get my original collection that I had back in the 90s back for that system, and it was kind of pointless having the black 2A because it wouldn't play the games that I had. But I knew the games worked on the grey +2 because that's what I used to have. I had the grey one back in the day, and I bought the black one because I think it looked nicer, like the black finish. And yeah, so I just thought, oh, bollocks to it, I'd have to get another one. So I basically found a grey +2, which was on a local pickup only auction, and it was about 20 minutes away from where I worked. Got it quite cheap. I think it was 27 quid. And when I got it, again, I took a shot on it, got it home. It was fucking filthy again. It was even worse. It was way worse than the one I got off eBay, but I kind of expected it to be like that. I cleaned it all up, plugged it all in, and that didn't work. Keyboard was bent. Fixed it, and I got it working. It's been working fine for a few days now. The motor in the tape deck is starting to grind and run really slow. So yeah, that's on its way out. So not having much luck with trying to source a decent Spectrum. I thought, right, I need to fucking find a decent one and just spend the money on what a decent grey +2. So yeah, one popped up that looked really good. Messaged the seller, asked if she could text me some more pictures or add them to the listing, which she did. She did both. And yeah, basically said that it was absolutely pristine. I said, listen, I said, just tell me any little mark, however insignificant, just tell me any scratch, any mark. That's all I want. I don't care about the box as much. I want the machine to be bang on. And she said, there's not a mark on it. It's absolutely perfect. And I thought, right, this is what I'm going to go for. So yeah, so I went mad. Last minute, threw the bids in, and I won it. The computer. And it is in pristine condition. So I'm going to show you the pack that I got, and it is the Dixon's exclusive super deal pack. This is the outer box. It's in pretty good nick. It's got a bit of wear, but again, I'm not overly fussed about that. Comes with the joystick and games, which I shall show you in a minute. So this is the outer box, and the internal box to that is, if I can get it right, probably upside down, yeah, that one. So this is the grey specky box. So I shall now show you the actual machine itself. So this is the computer, and I shall do a bit of porn on you. There you go, look at that tape door, not a scratch on it. So the computer is absolutely mint condition. There's no dust, no dirt in the keyboard. And the lady basically said that her husband has kept it in pristine condition. So in the box, it was totally mint in the bag. So it's still got the bag for it. It was kept in its bag. There's no dust inside on the connector or anything. And it works absolutely fine. Yes, I'm absolutely over the moon with this. It was totally as described. Really chuffed with it. Works like a dream. So really happy to have got that. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to keep. So I'm going to keep the grey one I picked up, that I could pick up as spares. That's basically like a spares machine for this one, and I'm actually looking to sell the Plus 2A on to kind of recoup some of the money that I've spent. So it works fine. It's incompatible with some of my games, so I'm just going to move it on. So this is what I'm going to keep. So I'm now going to show you some of the games that I've picked up. I picked up basically trying to build up the collection of games that I had originally, trying to get my original set back. But just before I do that, I'm just rambling on now. I'm just going to show what, sorry, this thing else come in that super deal. Comes with a computer. I almost forgot, look. Joystick, original joystick comes in the box, and it also came with the original box of cassette games. Again, this is all in there. There's 6 tapes in there. There's the first 3. They're all in mint condition as well. And it also comes with these 2 games. Not tried them yet, but on the box it shows these. It says that these games may vary, but these are the ones that are in there, so it's totally and utterly complete, which I'm really happy about. So right, that's that bundle. There's so much shit I've got to get through. I'm getting confused here. Drink stop. Drink break. Okay. Now this is where the other gift come in from Matt, Suffolk Retro. He very kindly gave me a copy of Outrun on Kick's release. This is a game I used to have back in the day in my original set, and he very kindly said I can have this. He had several copies, and he was happy just to say, here, I'll take it. So Matt, again, once again in this video, appreciate that. Great game, works perfectly. So yeah, really happy to have that one back, because that's Outrun. Now, I'm going to show you now. Right, okay. Trying to think of the best way of doing this. Okay, there's another lot I've got for another tuber. I'm going to come back to that after I've shown you this lot. Just thinking, well, how long have we been going now? 22 minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now, I've basically been buying back my original set, and as far as I can remember, I wrote it all down, wrote everything down I could remember, and I'm pretty sure now I'm missing one game. One game that I had, that is one I actually bought from a shop back in the day, and that's Batman the Cape Crusader. It's not hard to find. I'm just waiting for a decent condition copy to come up, to be honest. But what I'm going to show you now is the original set that I got. So when I had my Spectrum back in the day, I bought it off a friend from school for a tenner. Just loose, grey specky with a pile of games. So what I'm going to show you now is all the games that I had with it back then. So I've managed to find all of them. So in no particular order, I'm just going to go through the pile and show you the games I had. So the first one that I remember having was Fantasy World Dizzy. This is the Ghostbusters Ricochet re-release. It's kind of like, plays like the old NES USA game. Never been able to work this one out, but it was Hacker. Codemasters Fruit Machine Simulator. Splat. So some of you might know what these are, some might not. Classic Robotron. Pajama-Rama. And also from the Microgen series was Herbert's Dummy Run. And this came with no sleeve, and this is actually how I had this copy back in the day. I never had the cover. I had the loose tape, and I haven't been able to find another decent copy of it anyway. So I'm happy just to have it as it is, because that's kind of how I had it. Just the standard software pack basically shows you how the Spectrum runs, and it's got like some sample programs on there. It's got like an alleyway kind of clone, you know what I mean, but Breakout on there to play that. 2 games I used to play a lot, both Codemasters, BMX Simulator, love the artwork on that, and as is this one, ATV Simulator. Awesome games, used to love playing those. Okay, now two ones that I really used to love. Obviously, Oh Mummy, recently mentioned this in a video. Glad to be able to play this again. And the other Sinclair bundle release was Crazy Golf, I used to play. This game's not the greatest, but again it's one I had, and it's Checkered Flag. We've got 3 Mastertronic releases at budget range, $1.99 range, and Devil's Crown, Incredible Shrinking Fireman, and this is one of the games that is incompatible with the Plus 2A, and BMX Racers. Now we're going for kind of like the larger cased boxed games, if I can grab them all in one hit. I actually forgot this one until I saw the case, and it's Alien Attack, and it's like in a little clamshell. Yeah, this is really old. I think this is 1984, so this is like mega old, and it still works. It's amazing. Look at the artwork, wicked. So Alien Attack, it's basically like a Space Invaders clone. Another one I used to have was Way of the Tiger, and this was the one I had, the Gremlin graphics dual cased version. It's basically like a side-scrolling like ninja kind of game. It's alright. This game is excellent, and that is Road Blasters. Quality game. And I was playing this the other day actually. There's the screenshot, so you can guess which one's a Spectrum now. The fucking green one, the two-tone colour. But it's still playable, it's good. Box game is Operation Thunderbolt by Ocean. Again, it's okay, but it's what I used to have. And a decent one is Shadow Warriors. So they are the games that came with the original Spectrum that I bought off my friend at school back in the day. So I'm really happy to have been able to track all those games down without really any difficulty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm now going to show you the games that I remember buying from the local newsagent. Obviously back in the day, in newsagent shops, Boots, stuff like that, you could buy the Spectrum on Commodore 64 tapes for like a couple of quid each. And these games that I'm going to show you now are the ones that I remember buying from my local newsagent. So we'll start off with a Codemasters 4 Quattro Super Hits, and that has Stuntman, Super Tank, Superhero and KGB Super Spy. I remember getting Twin Turbo V8. Another Codemasters Quattro Adventure, and that's Vampire, Ghost Hunters, Dizzy and Super Robin Hood. And this one, I actually had this on a Hit Squad release, but I'm not seeing it for sale. Apparently it's really hard to find anyway, either way. But I managed to find the big box version, and that is Darkman. This is a really good game. I remember really enjoying playing it, and this was a hard one to find. And I put a post on one of the Sinclair Facebook groups, and apparently this one is like really hard to come by, and I just happened to be on eBay at the right time and it popped up and I just snagged it straight away. So this is side-scrolling beat 'em up quality games. That's Darkman. Now we're going to go on to the next YouTuber that helped me out getting some of these games back, and it's Monkey Spaz 5000. Yeah, honestly, I really appreciate your help, mate, because without you, Monkey Spaz, without your help, I would not have been able to get some of these games again. And you know the one I'm talking about. I'll come to that last. So Monkey Spaz, I basically said to him that I'm thinking of getting another Specky again, and I sold you like everything that I had. Would you be willing to part with a few of the games that I sold you, if that's okay with you, kind of thing? And he basically said, let me know what ones you're after and I'll see what I can do. And then he just sent me a picture of a jiffy bag, and he said, I'm sending some stuff your way, and he wouldn't tell me what he had sent me. He goes, you have to wait till you open it. So I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. So anyway, it turned up, opened it up, and I was really chuffed with what he sent. So I'm going to show you the games that he sent me first. so these first 3 were from my original set that I got again when I bought the system, so not from a shop. These are ones that I actually bought. And my things just come up with fucking low battery. Hang on a minute. There we go. Okay, so first up, Harrier Attack. Classic game. Waxworks, Text Adventure. And this is a really good game. Crazy Crane. So that is the full original setup he sent me. And the one game, like the most important game for me, that I really wanted back, and he sent it back to me, and honestly I really appreciated it. And it's the game that I did a video on about a couple of years ago, and it was 3D Stock Cars 2. This is like my favourite Spectrum game of all time. Really love playing this, and yeah, really chuffed to have it back. So again, Monkey Space, you're a diamond for sending me this. Yeah, really kind of you. Thank you very much. So this time I'm keeping it. I'm not selling it. I'm keeping it no matter what. So 3D Stock Cars 2, amazing stuff. And then I sent Monkey Spaz a package, like a return, like kind of gifty trade. You might have seen it already. I sent him like the Tomatronic 3D, a couple of games on various platforms. And then after that video, because in my list there was one other game that I asked for, he didn't send it. He weren't too sure if he had it spare or if he even still had it. And he messaged me and goes, I found the game, you know, do you still want it? I was like, yeah, of course. Made him a little offer. He was a bit reluctant to kind of just give it to me. I was more than happy to pay for it. Made him a nice little cash offer. He was happy to take it. So I basically bought these 2 games off him. The one game that I wanted, and again is quite hard to find, and that is the Codemasters Miami Chase. And this was the first game I actually bought from the newsagent, funny enough. Before all those other ones I showed you, this was the first one. Now actually I've got something to show you here, because I found the other day in my tape drawer, where is it? Here we go. So in my audio cassette tape drawer, I actually found a clear tape case, and it turns out that I've still got, this is going to sound really stupid, the original case that I bought this game with. That is the sticker, look, Star Choice. It had $3.99 scribbled out. It had $1.99 written on top. Tape number 48. So that was the actual case that I've had. I've kept that. It obviously had another tape in it at some point. They all mixed up. But I found this. So what I'm going to do now, for authenticity, is I'm going to take this out of this case, and I'm going to plant it in there. There we go. So that is how I would have bought it back in the day. Really chuffed, really chuffed for that. So mate, I really appreciate you sending that to me. Awesome stuff. And I also got off of him Turbo Outrun, and that's another game I bought. But I bought the Kicks re-release originally, but I'm not worried. I've got the game. I prefer the bigger box. It's got the poster in there of the artwork, which is pretty awesome. So Turbo Outrun. So that is basically the first lot of Spectrum games that I originally had and that I bought from the newsagent. The only game I'm missing is Batman, the Cape Crusader. So when one of those comes up that I'm happy with at the right price, of course, I shall pick it up. Oh god, I'm full of wind. So that is, I think, about it. That is it. I have got some other Specky games that I'm going to save for another video, and I've also got some stuff that I'm waiting for to turn up. Not major, loads of major stuff, but I've got a few different games and bits and pieces coming. But I'll save that for another video. I think this video's gone for long enough now. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Blackpool's coming up. Really looking forward to going to Blackpool. Feel free to leave a comment below if you're going. Again, if I bump into anyone there, if you see me and I don't know who you are, feel free to come over and say hello. It's going to be a wicked event. It's going to be loads of us going. Yeah, really can't wait. So hopefully I'll have another video out probably next weekend. Try and get a pickups video done. Probably quite Spectrum orientated, because I've got quite a few games for that coming up to show you. Yeah, and anything else might pop up, I shall let you know. So take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching, and I shall catch you again soon for another one. Take it easy.